Hello again and welcome to another edition of Music Matters. How you doing? I'm MonkeyBoy.
And I'm Ziggy.
And today, I gotta be honest, I am not a very knowledgeable person on the topic that we are discussing today.
Well,
I'm going to be the learner.
Were discussing in our little pre-production meeting, I'm 56.
Yep.
And it's not likely at all. It would be an extremely low percentage of men or women my age that would be interested in K-pop.
True.
But I love K-pop.
Yeah.
I'm barely an expert myself. So I've been studying, for about 7-8 years? Metalcore and metal music.
Yeah.
Pushing myself to listen to stuff that I never listened to before. And so now I'm going to start doing that with K-pop. I've been already doing that.
I was going to say, you've been doing it for a little while.
But, you're seeing them, and I'm seeing them, and other people that adults our age are seeing these artists on TV and on the
especially if you
magazines.
Have kids. If you have kids, most likely you know
and
what's going
socials, on. These K-pop groups and everyone is all over socials. And if you're just going, well, what's K-pop? Okay,
right.
We're going to do a beginner guide to K-pop.
Yep.
And you'll be thoroughly lost, and we'll both probably say some of the names of the groups wrong.
Completely way wrong.
This is us beginning with you.
Yes.
Although I'm a teensy bit more knowledgeable.
I would say you're 1,000% more knowledgeable than me.
Well, no, that's not true. I'm just a huge fan of Blackpink.
Yeah.
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 So, if you want to know about Blackpink, and I don't know everything there either. But,
all right.
Anyway.
We're going to give it a go, though.
We're going to give it a go.
And see what happens.
And the best place to start is K-pop news. So.
Yeah. All right. So I've got one piece of news here for K-pop fans of K-pop Demon Hunter. Apparently, they are up for 2 Academy Awards. One for Best Animated Film and Best Song.
And that was a ginormous song all around the world.
Yeah, huge hit.
Yeah.
And I have not watched the show, so I can't say whether or not I think it's good or not. So I guess
really?
I'm gonna have to go watch it.
Huh.
I didn't realize it was up for an Academy Award.
Well, when you spend all that time back in the 80s.
Yeah, I know. I gotta come out of my bubble here and there.
Yeah.
I do.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
I know.
Stray Kids. Have you heard of them before?
I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, they've been around a while.
Okay.
Fantastic dancers and everything. We'll get into all that. Their concert movie sold over 1.4 million in ticket sales in less than 24 hours.
That's crazy.
So, K-pop is popular.
Very.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak.
Okay.
You know Anderson .Paak?
No.
He did an album with Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, he is, he's written, directed, and produced a movie called K-Pops. And it's about an artist that hasn't found much success and decides, hey, I'll try K-pop, and it just kind of, it's a fictional story, but just kind of will show the camera on how it works with K-pop or Korean music.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
BTS.
I do know BTS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They announced a big world tour.
Okay.
And it's nearly sold out, 79 across the world.
79 dates.
Mm-hmm.
And
the world.
almost a complete sellout.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tells you how big it is, really. I mean, that's a global thing.
Right. It is. I guess we better dive into it.
Okay. So, for those that have no idea what K-pop is, Sean, I think you should give the introduction as to what constitutes K-pop, or what is K-pop? Because
what is K-pop?
we had a little discussion, and it's not just a genre.
Well, it's just my 2 cents. I think K-pop is a different thing. It's a different machine, designed differently than some music before.
Okay.
So, we've talked before about President.
Yep.
And what do I think of the rock band President? I think that they're all put together and
they're an industry plant.
They're an industry plant.
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at K-pop. K-pop is groups, it's solo artists, it's all genres. Within K-pop, there are a metal band that I like. I've turned you on to, Hanabi.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. There are K-pop artists that sing rhythm and blues. There are K-pop artists that are balladeers, and there's rappers and all that. And so it's really its own world and its own machine. They will not argue any K-pop company. Okay. Will not argue with you. It is all put together.
Right.
And that's completely intentional. And that is a difference, is that K-pop is owned by Korean companies. All of these artists are owned and operated by companies. That's a little bit different than here.
Very, very different.
Everything is packaged for them. They come and they have to have the chops, and they go to these companies and they perform probably in an office for them, and they go, okay, well, you're not quite ready yet, go home, maybe work with someone, come back and try again. Then if they get within that company to audition for whatever group or solo thing it is, they then are subject to at least 3 years to 10 years of training. It's vocals, it's dancing, it's looks, how you move your face, it's fashion, it's education, it's not put together like American music. Now,
right.
You would have had that back in the days of NSYNC and all that.
Yeah, those are the kind that remind me of what K-pop is.
Yeah, but that was not a company situation. That was a guy or two that had a good idea. I'm going to form pop groups. Well, this is a major corporation now, and there is money.
Oh, big time.
Okay, there wasn't a lot of money bet on NSYNC and all that.
Right.
It was like, oh, well, this is a good idea. I hope it takes off. Oh, it did. Whew.
Right.
These with K-pop, there's billions of dollars to promote these acts, to put them together, to spend as much time as you want, and it sounds, I think, like pop music.
Right.
It's coming over to America from the Korean Peninsula, whitewashed though.
Sure.
Whitewashed.
Sure.
Because you're not going to have the Korean singing a crossover.
Right. Right. Yeah. Not a lot of Korean language in the United States that are on songs.
On songs, yeah. So you have some of them that since it's began its ascent to popularity within the last maybe 10 years here in the States, it started with, with both the groups or solo would blend English and whatever their, if they were coming from Taiwan or whatever.
Sure.
But most of what you're seeing now and you're hearing is all in English.
Yeah.
So they're learning that too. They're learning, they're coming there speaking whatever. K-pop groups aren't just from Korea.
Right, no. Yeah.
They you have the group that some people are probably learning of now because they've had success on mainstream radio, and that's Cat's Eye. And I know that two of the girls are from the United States, but one is of African American descent, and they have just mixed blood, whatever it might be, and that's the intent, is to bring multiple boy groups and girl groups, to bring different
styles
together, and blend it all together, but it's a massively backed financial beast, and it's a culture, I think, in itself, different than, we were talking about Cyndi Lauper. She influenced music, she influenced fashion,
for sure,
but not everybody was running to a recording studio to look and sound like Cyndi Lauper. But I will say, and I mean no racism here whatsoever, that when you put a lot of these groups in front of you like I do, I go, they almost all look the same.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think that's by design.
Well, it may be by design. I mean, the fashion is very high. It's very flashy. It's very cool and now.
Right.
And forward thinking. They come out, all of them in different costumes. You don't see a repeat of that costume again during a tour. They're just got designers with them, and it makes them stand out.
For sure.
And but a lot of them must be working with the same designer. But they come in various forms. There's up to 4 members, up to 17 members, whatever.
17. Wow.
It's just, there are similarities to the boy bands of the 80s and 90s, except this is really a different beast, and it's been very successful for these companies.
For sure.
They've and I'm sure that there is a dark side to it. I didn't really look into that because I don't know if I'd want to talk about that, but these, you can watch, I think it's on Netflix, there's a documentary on Cat's Eye and how they start individually and they become Cat's Eye, and you see them sitting on the floor rubbing their feet with blisters, and they're just working on one step in a dance, for their debut, and they do that step over and over and over, and it doesn't matter if your feet get bloody. That choreographer says, hey, there's 6 of you here, and only 5 of you is getting it. Until all 6 of you get it and nail it,
right,
you're going to keep dancing.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I just, the dark side is, is it like a sweatshop, to
That's
become
a good
Korean star?
They have a TV show that is basically like making of K-pop bands, and they just keep churning them out?
I believe that there is a. I believe. Thanks for bringing this up while we're doing this, but I believe that there is. The USA now has one of the companies over in the Korean Peninsula has come here to the States and partnered with is it Universal Music?
Could be.
Scooter Braun. Let me. I got to look that up. But I believe that they are going to be doing various documentaries on. You're going to start with this person, and we'll follow them to the end.
Huh.
But I'm gonna check that out.
All right. I did. For those that really still are wondering what K-pop music is, K-pop music is stuffed but never bloated. Music that is fun and meant to elicit joy when listened to and seen. K-pop is designed to be enjoyed visually as much, if not more, than it is meant to be heard, and is music that is now nearing total global ubiquity. Boy band BTS is the most popular group on the planet, bringing in billions to South Korea each year between #1 albums, 3 of which hit that particular benchmark in less than a year, history-making late-night television performances and music videos that doubles as art films. K-pop fans themselves have dominated headlines in and outside of the pop culture arena for their recent political successes, using their digital naive understanding to overwhelm white supremacist hashtags, crashing President Trump's Tulsa rally, and many, many other things. For those Anglophone audiences learning about K-pop for the first time, this particular music discovery probably feels like missing the boat on a voyage you didn't know was taking off. That's a good way to put it.
I think that's the thing. That's why we're doing the beginner's guide to K-pop here. Is I would not have thought last year that K-pop artist would have the biggest song of the year.
Right. Or be nominated for an Oscar.
The biggest, and where did that... Well, of course, popularity comes from, the Demon Hunters. I mean, visually, for the kids, and that brought in, some of the younger parents.
Right.
Watch it with them probably over and over, like Frozen.
Yep, just like Frozen and any other thing through the years.
Yes, and so... that really helped it, but there was Rosie APT, I mean that was another big song, and you had a couple other the members of Blackpink have big years, and
sure
a big year, and so many of these other ones, Stray Kids and Hypen and whatever, and I found myself even just last year and the year before going, well, I knew this was starting to be something, but wow, this is like on American radio now.
Yeah, it's starting to really take off. K-pop, in this article, it says K-pop is overwhelming, and I agree.
It is,
there's just so much.
If you think... it's like, rave is just in your face.
Yeah.
If you go to a rave, that bass is thumping and everything.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. And they're jumping up and down. Of course, they're on Molly and whatever else.
Sure. Yeah.
Really feeling it. And, but I think that, I mean, when I'm at home alone, I put on a Blackpink song. Yeah, man, I dance. It's got some energy to it. It's fun. I think it's. Don't dismiss the songs as cheesy. I mean, they're working with quality songwriters. Be careful to it really is about the visual. But don't get lost and forget about the song, because just like in American pop music, the song might be better than the visual.
Right.
You know,
right.
But these girls and guys are sometimes singing meaningful, deep songs and just going haywire dancing during the thing. But yeah, it's an enjoyable energy.
So is this like more like bringing videos back to the mainstream? Because the visual thing, you can't do that while listening to Spotify.
Okay, but I think that's my point about make sure to listen to the song too.
Sure. No, but
Yeah.
Do you think that it's bringing videos and recording music videos
I think
back into
I don't because they can. Let's talk about Cat's Eye again.
Okay.
They've had that big hit, Gabriella, and I spend a lot of time on socials, and I've probably seen them do 50 to 70 different dances to that song all across the social network. So, if they're on tour and they've got a couple days off, I bet for one day, for 5 hours, they're just dancing to that song over and over. Boom, put it on a social.
So is this more like just a
can
post that they like
a post? But again, these companies have
TikTok
billions.
video type thing.
Yeah, but these corporations that we're going to talk about have massive amounts of money. So hey, let's shoot a video. Boom, we'll put that video on socials. It doesn't have to go up on MTV or a VH1 or anything like that. And they're still going to. So that is the social thing. And again, we've talked about TikTok and all that. That the brain span is 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Hands up, Gabriella. 15 seconds. Hey girls, you got 5 minutes. Let's, can you spend 15 seconds? And boom, they throw it up there. So I think that you have the ability visually now that you wouldn't have had back in the day.
Yeah, I guess now it's more like TikTok videos and social media posts, and back then you had to actually try to get your video on MTV.
Yeah, K-pop wouldn't have worked. K-pop wouldn't have worked in the 1980s.
Yeah, but now with social media, they can just go everywhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That I get now. All right. Let's see.
It's a beginner's guide for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, learning to experience K-pop means first ridding yourself of common misconceptions. The basics. K-pop is not a genre, nor do K-pop fans behave like a monolith. The term means Korean pop, but like Latin pop, the title is more of a geographic designation for the industry than a sonic one. An idol system for auditioning and creating pop talent, not unlike the mechanization of Berry Gordy's Motown in the 60s and 70s, and financial support for the arts by the South Korean government is responsible for K-pop's domination. But the music's current popularity in the United States is a relatively new phenomenon, born online, retweeted, streamed, and shared ceaselessly. K-pop music traverses genres with incredible ease, in one moment taking cues from the dubstep drops that defined pop in the early 2010s, or Swedish hitmakers, or hip-hop, or R&B balladry, or New Jack Swing, or soul, or Europop, or Caribbean dancehall, or salsa, and beyond. They combine so much difference. Borderless eclecticism, identified by the performers themselves, their seismic aesthetic judgments, and their multilingual singing. K-pop performers run the spectrum from girl groups and boy bands to soloists and rappers. The evolution of K-pop is defined by indistinct generations of the music, the parameters of which are frequently contested by fans and critics alike. Listening to K-pop is only one aspect of getting into industry as well. The path to discovery is designated so that fans participate online, which means the most ardent supporters are vocal and engage in coordinated publicity efforts, such as streaming new music videos on an endless loop. That said, it is possible to get into K-pop by simply listening to it, and that's what the Below playlist that we've been listening to for the last week was all about.
Yeah. I mean, you just need to get on Instagram and hit reels, and something K-pop will come along within the first 10 to 15 reels.
That's crazy.
And well, I don't know what K-pop is. Oh, well, you'll know when it might grab
It'll
you.
hit you.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't remember Blackpink is other than what was his name? Psy. Yeah, Psy.
Yeah. I remember Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Okay, now, I remember that.
Now, he is an absolute legend. He's the Elvis of K-pop.
Okay, all right.
Essentially. I mean, we all laughed at him here in America. But
until he started to really, just dominate. That song just was everywhere.
It was everywhere, and he performs over there and packs stadiums, and he puts on a good show. I mean, you can find YouTube clips of him that are current, and they come out for him.
Oh, I'll believe it.
It's just. I was thinking about that a lot of people were just kind of mocking him, They were.
I don't think they knew really what it was about. It just was completely so different than anything else that I think people just didn't understand it for a little bit. And then then some ended up really liking it, and some were just like, this is
you
dumb.
remember the energy of the song.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was different than anything that was going on at the time.
Yep.
And so it did stand out as like, oh, what's this?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, what's this? It was like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Like a prejudgment on it already.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But once you kind of, get into it, you're kind of like, oh, this is all right. Yeah. It's interesting. Let's see. Most critics tend to agree that K-pop's origin story began on April 11th, 1992. That's when the trio... Oh, God.
No, just go ahead, buddy. It's just the...
Seo Taiji and Boys performed in soon-to-become a hit Nan Arayo, I Know, on South Korea's Munhwa Broadcasting Corporation. Boy, that was a... I'm sure I screwed that up, and I apologize.
It's okay.
Because I don't know how to pronounce that stuff. For many South Korean youths, the track was their first exposure to hip-hop and New Jack Swing, and a welcome alternative to traditional styles of music, including trot, a form of Korean folk. Trot. That's a funny name for a music genre. H.O.T. Hot Candy was the name of the song. It was 1996. Hot was also known as High Five of Teenagers. Consider them formative to the trend of naming your group with an initialism for easy comprehension in the global marketplace. Is largely credited as the first idol group in K-pop history, meaning that its members were brought together by a company, in this case Lee Soo-man. So that, yeah, this is the corporation type thing you were talking about.
Yes, so what we miss there is first generation. That's something about K-pop that I just learned in doing some research yesterday, is there's these generations. So, I mean, these are some of the originators there, but, go forth, sir.
Okay, there's another group, SES. The girl group SES, also put together by Lee Soo-man, was initially positioned as the female counterpart to Hot, though it sounded different drastically as the group's profile grew. The group bears a striking resemblance to TLC.
So then we move on to this second generation. That's 97. I don't myself know any of those groups that you covered there.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it takes a while until I do. But the second generation, now we're looking 2008. SES is 1997. So we get Rainism. And here's the thing, you cannot listen to that song here in the United States.
Why not?
It's not available for streaming.
Huh.
Wonder Girls,
that's
Nobody,
weird.
2008. Yeah, well, thanks for telling us about it, right?
Right. Hey, there's this song, you can't listen to it, though. That just makes me want to listen to it.
Right.
That's
more.
not fair.
It's like, give me that K-pop
Give me that song.
We want to get you that excited. Wonder Girls, Nobody. The first K-pop song to ever chart on the Billboard Hot 100 here in the States. That's 2008. Shinny, Ring Ding Dong. I know that's one of your favorites from 2009.
I think of, when I hear that, I think of that Dr. Dre, that ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Yeah.
So that was kind of a futuristic R&B song. Europop production and heavily auto-tuned vocals. So that's something that has changed, certainly since 2009, is, again, these girls and guys have to know how to actually sing.
Yeah.
Girls' Generation, or Generation D, that's 2009. I don't know that one. Maybe you know this one, but you probably don't because you're Andy. 7, featuring Little Kim, Girls. I do kind of remember that.
I do not.
Okay.
But that's okay.
IU, Good Day, 2010.
No. Definitely gotta look these up.
Super Junior, 2011. 2NI. 2 and 1. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's...
Toonie-one?
Toonie-one, okay, well, we'll go with that.
To anyone? To anyone. To anyone.
To anyone.
That's
okay.
what it is. It's to anyone.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is the name.
You gotta figure out how to pronounce.
Very creative, because they want it to stand out. Okay, then here we go. 2012, Psy with Gangnam Style.
There's the first one that I would say I became familiar with.
We have Boe, Only One, 2012. Big Bang, Fantastic Baby, 2012. Then we go to the third generation. The idol industry goes transnational. 2 p.m. with My House, 2015. Got 7 Just Right, 2015. EXO, Monster, 2016. Now, here's kind of where I get into it. Jenny. She did a solo single, Jenny's in Blackpink, called Solo. Then we have...
I think you've played that one for me.
Yeah.
That one I think I know.
And then in 2019, the biggest girl group on the planet is Blackpink with Kill the Love. You might remember this one, Andy, seriously. BTS featuring Halsey, Boy With Love.
I think I do remember this one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the BTS, I am aware of. Let's just say I'm aware of them. I became aware of them when they were, just dominating.
All over TV.
All over TV and everywhere. They were on Good Morning America and all those, shows. So, yeah, it was hard to miss them.
Fourth generation, K-pop breaks down borders, 2019, a tease, Say My Name. I am not familiar with that one.
Me either. But he actually trained and debuted outside of South Korea and became just as or even more successful in the West than, they did back home.
Yeah. I was looking up. I need to look up. I wanted to talk about the K-pop companies. So, K-pop merged in the 90s as a youth subculture of Korean musicians influenced by Western dance music, hip-hop, R&B, and rock.
From what I see, the K-pop industry is dominated by the big four agencies. That's HYBE, HYBE, SM
Entertainment,
YG,
yep,
and JYP.
And
I don't know if that's JIP or JYP. They manage major groups and drive industry trends. Other significant agencies, often subsidiaries of large conglomerates like Kakao Entertainment or RBW, include Starship Cube, FNC, and KQ Entertainment. These companies, they, like we said, train, produce, and manage K-pop artists.
Yeah. A massive amounts of money.
Yeah, HYBE has, of course, BTS. So they're probably the biggest one, I would say.
So
YG Entertainment has your Blackpink.
Yep. So you'll find this, I don't know, maybe surprising, but it cost SM $3 million per individual to train.
$3 million per individual?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. What if that individual sucks? That's $3 million down the drain.
Well, you're going to have that.
That's a big gamble,
I
man.
think that happens every day of the week in the K-pop industry. We've all watched American Idol, right?
Yeah,
they don't
right.
get the golden ticket and they walk out the door. They're all sad and mad at whoever. Yeah, that's happening every day because you're not just going to walk off the street into these companies, and really I think it's a matter of now with its domination.
Do you think, like, these companies go out and they're not necessarily looking for somebody who has all these talents right away, but more of a look, and then go, we can mold you into this?
I think it's now a matter of who do you know?
Yeah, I could see
who
that
do you
too.
know? Because the competition is stiff. All the kids, all the 8-year-olds now are looking forward to being 15 and going off to be a K-pop idol.
Yeah.
And I think now with just the power and intensity of it, it's going to be who do you know that's going to let you walk into that corporation and even perform 1 minute of something for them.
So here's a question I have then. As you know, all genres get huge in popularity, but they also fall. Take, for example, hair metal. 80s hair was huge. It was the epitome of radio everywhere in the late 80s, early 90s, and then all of a sudden, bam, gone. What happens when that happens to K-pop?
Well,
because that is not just an individual thing. This is government involved.
Well, yes.
So
I guess we didn't really
government?
bring that up, is
Yeah.
that there's a lot of money from these companies. But these companies are supported by the Korean government. Again, they're not all Korean people.
No.
There's J-pop too, and it's
Sure.
it's the same thing, and they're Thai and whatever. But the government there in Korea is backing this. Again, it for all intents and purposes looks like a positive thing.
Sure.
But now they're bringing that music over, and so is it different than Western music that is the government?
Or
the
will it just,
government is going to
will it evolve into something different, or will it die? Like some genres do, or become less.
I think it's just going to blend in with American music, and it won't be so glaring.
Gotcha. It'll be more.
It'll just
It'll be hard to tell if it's K-pop or not.
But let's keep in mind, okay. Let's take Britney Spears.
Sure. Okay.
Regardless of her mental health issues, she was big and massive.
She was huge.
She was big and massive.
Yeah.
And if she'd always had the same support, she would probably still be popular today.
Yeah.
A super duper star.
I mean, she's still popular.
Well, yeah, she's still popular because she's
yeah.
Britney Spears. But I'm just saying, she isn't big like Beyonce.
She's not on the charts anymore.
She's not on the charts anymore.
Right.
Okay, well, if our U.S. government had supported her as an artist, she probably would still be popular.
That's a good question.
And
yeah.
the money isn't going to run out. These companies that we mentioned are making money.
Right.
I'm sure there's some loophole where they're investing money into. They have to be investing money into the local economy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, they're performing a lot of tours over there and boosting the economy, and the government says, oh well, here's some more money. So I don't think the money runs out, but I do think it's a different machine.
Yeah, it'll evolve differently, I think.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to watch.
So we mentioned Hybe.
Yep.
Hybe America is now around.
Okay.
Been around for a little while. It is headed by Scooter Braun. We've brought this up before. Scooter Braun, do you know the name?
I do know the name. I can't remember from where.
He's most known for being the douchebag that stole Taylor's music.
Yes.
Yeah, but, anyway.
That douchebag.
He was head of a record label, and, well, anyway, yeah, he's head of this Hybe America. So, Hybe, another thing about K-pop is, you know who Jenny is?
Yeah, Blackpink, right?
Yeah, but what else does she do?
I don't know.
She was in The White Lotus.
Okay.
She acted in The White Lotus on HBO Max. Done some acting, and that's what these companies are doing too.
So they're making them not only music stars but actors.
Well, they're
actresses,
making them actors
everything.
or whatever they feel that they can get them into.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Scooter Braun is doing that around here for film and TV, and they are forming groups XAU, a new label with Alan Chicken Chow for artist development and storytelling. So, yeah, they're going to start doing these documentaries, and you'll see what bands are formed here, and it'll be the same process. You know, send in your video. We'll see if we want you to come by and audition, and they'll pick them from, I think, Hybe's intent is to grab people from all over the world and put them together in singing groups and seeing what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good start on what K-pop is all about.
It is. It's a pretty good start, and here's the thing. Just find some... I'll just recommend you start with BTS or Blackpink.
Yep.
You know, you can put on Gangnam Style by Psy if you want. But the music it's fun. It is. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know, now when I say dance, you know, let's not freak out here. You know, I mean, we all privately dance to something, right, Andy?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I jump off the furniture to metalcore when people aren't around, you know, and again, I'm in my mid-50s, but yeah, it'll make you dance. It's full of little hooks, those earworms, you know, that you hear about, you know, that really get you addicted
Gets
to
it
a
stuck
song.
in a song.
Full of earworms, and I really think K-pop, more than any other kind of music, is if you get it stuck in your brain one day, you're not just looking at a couple of days. It's probably going to be there for 2 weeks.
Wow.
That
All
earworm.
right.
But yeah, it's full of energy, but there's slow and beautiful K-pop songs. You can check out Hybe, or not Hybe, but Hanabi, which is they're like Hanabi looks like the singer looks like she's AI, but she's not.
But she's not.
But she can scream good, but she can also sing good. But there's K-pop artists that do adult contemporary, and just check it out. K-pop, you know, I mean, again, just have your kids show.
Yeah, your kids will be able to tell you
Snap
about this.
Or TikTok or whatever,
or grandkids, in our case, most likely would be the ones telling you about K-pop.
Oh, well, my grandkids aren't quite there yet.
Not quite?
No.
No. Yeah, I guess maybe neither are mine.
No, I mean, so you'll be listening to more K-pop then?
I'll check out a couple here and there.
Here and there.
Yeah.
Like today, like an hour from now, and then 8 months goes by, and I go, hey, Andy, have you listened to any K-pop songs? Oh, you know, that one day I did. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't guarantee how much I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, but I will, you know, periodically.
I often wonder when I'm at work at night, what is Andy listening to at work?
Well, sometimes you find out because I send you some.
Yeah, sometimes, but what am I listening to when I'm at work?
I have no idea. I know you're listening to probably a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've been doing this thing. I've been at my new job for 3 weeks, and so, but I decided to do last week is I would instead of maybe listening to one genre of music all night, I'll listen to metalcore for an hour, and then I'll listen to K-pop for an hour. Might put some country on, my favorite songs on. But yeah, I found that that's really enjoyable, is just to go back and forth.
Yeah, I have a work playlist that has a little bit of everything in it. You know, it's classic rock, some new rock, and you got some pop, and you got some old stuff, you know, like the 60s and 50s. And yeah, it's just...
I have one playlist where it might be favorite songs or the playlist that Spotify provides. But yeah, I can listen to Lorna Shore, Through the Hellfire, a brutal death metal song.
Yeah.
And then the next one that pops on might be Dolly Parton, I Will Always Love You.
Sure.
And I just love when that happens. when the absolute train wreck happens, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or,
yeah. You never know what's gonna come in.
Or, you know, I was listening to Iron Maiden, it was in that playlist, and then the next song that came on, which is a great song, was Chaperone, Pink Pony Club, and I'm like, well, still a train wreck, but okay,
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep. Yep.
Well, anyway, it's been fun. This is
has.
the Music Matters Podcast. I'm Ziggy.
I'm Monkey Boy.
We'll talk to you next time.